Alright, I'm gonna do my famous, almost world famous chili recipe. So you can scan over to here, Johnny. We'll go through the ingredients. Alright, this, depending on how healthy you want it, you can either do 2 pounds of beef, pound of pork. Right now we're doing 2 pounds of ground turkey. And then all of our beans. Got 2 cans of kidney beans. Because we like the butter beans, we're doing 2, but usually it's just 1, 1, and 1. So 2 cans of butter beans, can of black beans, can of pork and beans. We drain the kidney and the black beans. We drain and rinse the butter beans because they stink when you open them. And about a cup of beef broth, or you can use a dark beer if you want. About same thing, about 8 to 10 ounces. Then we've got about a tablespoon of instant coffee, about a half cup of ketchup, tablespoon or 2 of honey, can of Rotel, 2 cans of diced tomatoes, 2 cans of tomato soup, all of our veggies. You don't have to do these, you just came in a package of 2, but you do 1 of each pepper. So 4 green peppers, 3 stalks of celery, a large onion, and then all of our dry ingredients. About a tablespoon of Italian seasoning, teaspoon of garlic salt, half a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of ground cumin, a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 2 tablespoons of chili powder, and a teaspoon of seasoned salt. Alright, to prepare the stuff, for the ingredients we're using, you're going to need at least a 6-quart pan, which is here, a 6-quart pot. That'll have everything going here. That's just for the turkey or the ground beef, whatever you're going to cook. I like to cook the onions and the celery first in butter. You can see a half stick of butter. And then that'll cook down as I'm chopping up all my peppers, probably about 20 minutes. And then all the peppers will go in there, and then another 20 minutes, and I'll probably put in the diced tomatoes, the chilies, and all that. And then that's when I'll brown the beef or the turkey. Okay, so I'll get that going. No reason to see that. I'll chop it all up fine and show you when it's in the pot. Okay. Okay, like I said, that's what I cook first. I do the onions and the celery, because the celery takes longer to soften up. So I like to cook those 2 first. So I said about 20 minutes. You'll see those onions, they'll get all nice and like translucent, whatever you want to call it. But while that's cooking down, that's when we'll chop up all of our peppers and then put them in. When they start cooking down, that's when we'll brown the meat. Okay. Okay, we got all the peppers chopped. See all the nice colors. You look at the celery and the onions. See how they're nice and translucent. They've been cooking the whole time I've been chopping, so they're ready. And then we just throw these guys in. You can see how healthy it's going to be with all these peppers, and having ground turkey instead of beef is going to make it that much more healthier. So we'll just incorporate all that. And then this will sit here for probably another 20 minutes to cook down. You're going to get a lot of juice from all those vegetables. Eventually it won't be just the butter in there. So we'll let that go. Once we start cooking the meat, we'll open up the diced tomatoes, the chili, or the Rotel, the tomato soup. All of that will go in there in about 20 minutes. After we drain the kidney beans and the black beans, they can go in because they're a hardier bean. They won't break down. These are too delicate, I guess you'd say. So the butter beans and pork and beans go in last just to keep them from breaking up. Then we'll stop there, and once we get more stuff to put in, we'll come back with the rest of the video. Oh, and here's our dry mix. We put all the dry mixes together just to mix it up so everything's all incorporated. We'll eventually sprinkle that all over the top once we have everything else in. Then let it cook in. Okay, we can shut her down and come back when we're on the next step. Okay, you can look there. That's all cooked down nice, the veggies. You see the meat's not done yet, but it's getting there. So this is a good time to put in our diced tomatoes. And our rotel. There's a couple ways to not make it as hot. You can skip the rotel if you want, or you can cut down on the where is that? I wouldn't cut down on the chili powder because that's more for flavor. I would cut down on the cayenne pepper if you don't want it so hot. But, so we just incorporate all that, which is even more veggies still. You know, we're starting to get a lot of juice in there, and eventually it'll start looking, have that consistency of chili. We'll get 2 cans of tomato. The nice thing about this is the sweet ingredients are good for people that don't like the hot, because the sweet kind of counteracts the heat. Which is a good way if it's too hot. You can also put more ketchup and a little bit more honey after. And if you like it hotter, then you can just add more cayenne pepper. Okay. We'll get that all incorporated in there. Here's our cup of beef broth. I just microwaved it for a minute. I'm going to put that right in. That just helps give it the hearty flavor. Same with a nice stout beer would do the same. Okay. I can hear that meat cooking up. That's going to be done in a little while. It's almost like a gazpacho soup the way it looks right now. Okay, and then the heartier beans we can put in. Which would be just the kidney beans and the black beans. Like I said, the pork and beans we'll save till last, and also I already drained the butter beans. Those two will go in at the very end. Okay. You already see how by the time we get the meat in there and the other thing of beans, this will be filled right to the top. That's why you need at least a 6-quart pan, unless you want to do half of all the ingredients. So that's good. Now since we got enough water in there, we can take our dry ingredients. They're all mixed up nice. And just go around. Kind of like to leave it on top for a little while just to, so it gets to absorb before it sinks to the bottom. And you also want a thick bottom pot so you don't, nothing gets stuck on the bottom. Okay, so we'll leave that for a little while. We'll stir it in. Once the meat's done, another couple minutes, we'll drain the grease, we'll put the meat in. Then the last 2 things of beans. We've still got the ketchup, honey, and the freeze-dried coffee to put in, which is just a little extra flavor. Alright, that's good, Jen. Okay, meat's done. This can either be, like I said, it can be pork, chicken, turkey, ground turkey, ground chicken, beef. We're trying it with chicken, see if it affects the flavor that much. We usually have beef. But since it's such a healthy chili, figure we make it even healthier by using ground turkey. And this was drained before we came back on the video. And we'll get that all incorporated in there. Let's see. Okay, Janet, you can shut that down. Then when we're ready for the other stuff, we'll come back on for the last few ingredients. Okay, the final last ingredients are just the water will come back up as you stir it. But like I said, it's about a half cup. I just do 1, 2, 3, and around there. You can add more or less later. Same with the honey. I don't know, it might be a tablespoon. I give it a good. It's probably like a teaspoon each time I squirt it, so about a tablespoon. And then the same with the. And this all just to give it that hearty flavor. Probably about that. And that's it. You see what time it is. Johnny noticed that we've had that time in the background, so you know how long, looking at the first part of the video. Probably about 2 hours, unless you chop way faster than me, which everyone does. I'll stir that in, probably like another hour. It'll be pretty much ready to eat. That's when I'll put the beans, the pork and beans, and the butter beans in. So, that's about it. Other than that, it's smelling really good. Okay, it's been cooking for a little while. We'll put the last 2 ingredients in, then probably let it cook for another hour at least. That's when you're trying to flavor to taste, you want it to cook at least another hour after all the ingredients are in, because it does get hotter as it cooks, or spicier hot, not heat wise. So these are the last 2. As you see, it fills it right to the top. Let me just get all of this. This is smelling really good. And once it's all mixed in pretty even, then we'll lower the heat down and let it cook for at least an hour. I've been tweaking the recipe and refining it for probably 10 years now, so I pretty much make it the same every time, so I don't have to taste it to season to taste. I already have everything the way I like it. But anyone that was going to want to add more heat to it, I'd wait for another hour after everything's. That gives all those flavors time to incorporate all throughout the chili. So I'll see, we're up here. I'll turn it down so it don't boil over, and that's about it. We'll let it. We could eat it right now, but I'd rather wait another hour, and it'll probably taste even better the next day, like most stuff does. Show you. Did you turn it off? That's a pretty big pot already, and this is the one we use for our 4th of July party. We tripled the recipe, so it's 6 pounds of meat, and everything else is tripled. But I don't think anyone would need that big of a thing, even the one we're making now. This is awfully big for a couple of people. You probably want to do half of everything, so 1 pound. But I'll put all the ingredients, the ingredient list at the end of the video. And that's about it. In another hour, I'll show Johnny eating a bowl of chili. Okay, all of our ingredients are in, and we come across the same problem we come across quite often when we make the chili, is we can't wait for it to cook long enough. We're gonna steal a bowl of it before it smells too good in here which happens almost every time. We wind up doing a sample taste. That's what it is. We got to have our sample bowl to see if it tastes good. But then we'll put it on low heat and let it cook till supper time, and it'll just taste that much better. Yeah, so look how nice all that looks. Everything that's in there. Let's see. Johnny's aside. So much good stuff in there. Oh, that's why we did it, so that it wouldn't overflow. Yeah, there was a reason. Yeah, it's not because we couldn't wait. We just wanted to lower the pot a little bit. So that's one thing you can't do on the video is smell how good it smells. Now we'll leave that down and it can just simmer for a couple hours. There we go, nice hearty, pretty spicy chili. And I'll grab the camera and show you. Here is Johnny. Just a minute before he ate the chili, because this stuff will definitely put hair on your chest. And Johnny's already had his first bowl, and this is what it did to him. Right, Johnny?
Yeah.
Swear by it. So you were almost clean shaven before you ate that first bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it. That's our chili.